Randy Spencer with us, coach. You've run the table up until this point. Big challenge this week with Southern Columbia. Let's talk about how you guys are playing week in and week out right now.
Yeah, very excited about so far where we've at, the way the team has approached the season, and weekly we've improved. We've met the challenges and just grown to a position where guys that were experienced really have been able to kind of perform at that level, and our other guys that were role players and guys that were new in roles this year or jobs, positions, have really elevated their level of play and just really came together and just really executing, from a production standpoint and efficiency standpoint very well as a team in all aspects of the game.
So I'm sure Crossley probably had a little bit on his shoulders, say, hey, you got to really carry the load, so to speak, this year. But then there has to be guys that step up. Let's start with the offensive line and being able to block people, get physical, hit that weight room in the offseason and make holes for it.
Well, absolutely. Starts with Aaron Crossley, one of the best football players in Pennsylvania. Everybody is aware of what his talent is and what he's able to do, but even players with that talent aren't able to perform at that level, obviously, without outstanding play around them. And our offensive line, including our fullbacks, tight ends, and receivers out there blocking, has really elevated to a high level of play. They've executed week in and week out, and one aspect that we feel very excited about is our physicality. I think week in and week out, regardless of who our opponent is, we've met and exceeded the physicality, and that's always a goal of ours coming into games.
Let's talk about the other skill guys on this team and how they've grown here. We're already 7 weeks, now we're getting, week 9 we're going into? I mean, the season's rolling along, so 8 weeks in the back. Now we're getting into week 9, so talk about those guys.
Yeah, so for, Anthony DeLuca has done an outstanding job kind of re-entering our program and just very quickly acclimating and getting comfortable. And, he's moved from where, hey, he's not just managing the game effectively. He's a player now at the quarterback position that can get the ball down the field, off of play action, in the quick passing game, and also intermediate and long routes. So he's really provided us that balance, that we really need to make our offense as effective as possibly, combined with the strong running game and the complements of the other skilled players. Elijah Kellum, Kevin Weedle, Gage Spees, Jacob Morgan on the outside, the emergence of Josh Marook at the tight end position, backs like Michael Crane coming out of the backfield. So that's really elevated our game from an offensive standpoint, and it's put us in a very strong position here as we're reaching the end of our regular season.
The tradition here at Wyoming area, I mean, you still got grass. You still have pretty much the same coaching staff. Still got a great student body that comes out to the Jake here. Talk about just kind of keeping that going here. It's hard, as time goes along, that some of those traditions do go away, but you guys seem like you have a good situation here and everybody buys in, and you guys have seen the success over the years.
Yeah, we've got a great connection. Of course, all of our current players are very aware of our tradition, the rich tradition and excellence of our program. Competitively, we're a championship level program, consistently competing. We're a state championship level program at this point. We've ascended to that level. And our kids not only recognize that, but they feel that responsibility, towards, adding to that legacy. So it's very real for us. Our culture and our standards are very important, and they're really more important than the actual winning or losing at this point. We feel that the winning is a byproduct of the culture, and our kids relating very closely to that strong tradition, and everybody plays a part in that. Obviously our coaching staffs, can't say enough about them. We've been together for such a long time, and they do a tremendous job supporting that. But also our entire, as you mentioned, community, from our student body that creates one of the most competitive and challenging places to play on a Friday night for an opponent to come in here with their energy. And our school, as far as our faculty, all aspects of our Wyoming area school in terms of their support and our whole community. We really are one in terms of that, kind of that feel that you get from a college program. You feel that way at a Penn State game. Obviously, you're talking about 110,000. We're not at that number, but whatever number we are, it's that same feeling, everybody being connected, everybody being invested, and that's really what allows us to stay consistent and potentially build on that rich tradition.
You guys years ago set up the Southern Columbia game. Of course, now you're going to get them this week. That a very good football team. They have respect for you, I'm sure, as you'll always have respect for them. But another challenge here on the schedule for you, and you're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Again, one of the most storied programs in the state of Pennsylvania. And if you want to play at that elevated level, you have to play those programs. And again, our program has been fortunate over the years to compete consistently against a Berwick, against a Mount Carmel, against a Valley View, against a Dallas, and now most recently against the Southern Columbia. And in 2019, when we established the first opportunity to play that game, that's really what gave us an opportunity to stretch and reach our potential. And we feel very strongly that that's contributed greatly to us being able to be successful and go on that state championship run for all those reasons. So again, another opportunity this year. And one of the things that I talked to the kids about was not many programs or teams get an opportunity in week 9 of their regular season to play a state championship caliber football game that you can go forward from and the takeaways that gives you. So we're very excited about the opportunity. As always, it's a great challenge, but our kids are very excited to have that opportunity to compete at that level.
Good to see you, Coach Spencer.
Same, John. Thank you for everything.